I'm really excited to share my empanada recipe today. This one is a little seasonal harvest flair, but you can make it savory, you can make it sweet as a hot pie, do your thing. First, we're gonna start with very chill butter and cut it in small cubes. We have 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 egg, and very cold 1/4 cup of water. You can hand mix this yourself, but I'm choosing to use a food processor. So first add your flour, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, add your egg, your butter, and now we're gonna pulse it. I use almost the entire 1/4 cup of water in this recipe, but I like to slowly pulse it in with a tablespoon. You usually know when it's done when it all balls up on the side. So now that your flour's all balled up on the side, slightly flour your work surface. I like to form 2 discs. So first make 1 ball and use your bench scraper to cut it in half. So 2 portions of dough. We're gonna use some plastic wrap to form a disc. It's helpful when you fold over. Now we're gonna do the same thing with the other one and place it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes to chill. And now we're ready for the empanada filling. I like to use a sturdy knife to break down the butternut squash. Take off both edges, break it down through the center. Use a sturdy spoon or a pumpkin scraper here. Break down the center, and then one more time. It's a little bit easier to peel the butternut squash in these wedges. Sometimes I find the butternut squash can be big and awkward. And then a rough chop. Drizzle some olive oil, maple syrup, some salt, fresh ground pepper. Add a little cinnamon for some holiday flair. Mix it all together. Let's put it in the oven at 400 degrees till it's fork tender, let's say 20 minutes. While the butternut squash is in the oven, let's prep the rest of the ingredients. Opposite of the root, cut that off. And then we're gonna cut it in half. Peel the outer layer of skin off with ease and grace. So for small dice of an onion, gently press your palm down. Not too much pressure because then you can't graze the knife through. Just enough to hold it in place. About 1/2 inch all the way up, but not all the way through. So stop right before you hit the root. Again, 1/2 inch up that one, 1/2 inch all the way almost to the root, to the top. 1/2 inch again across the top, as such, and then 1/2 inch through the onion. And you have small, medium dice. Apples, let's go around the core, as such, and through, and again about a medium chop. I like to keep the skin on for color and fiber. That's so dorky. God, Jessica. Oh, it's painful sometimes. And now let's prep the sage. I picked this from my garden. Sage is awesome, perennial. It'll grow anywhere. It grows quite fast. About, let's think, 1/4 cup of fresh sage. And just rough chop through with your knife. The bench scraper is a great way to scoop up all the little bits. Boom, done. Now on to the sausage. Use a sharp paring knife to slide through the casing as such. And then look, super easy. Casing gone. Look, whoop. Let's check to see if the butternut's ready. Oh, it smells so good. Perfect. Boom. And let's just add it all to the pot. So now we have our butternut, the onions, the apples. Let's add the sausage. I'm gonna use a masher to incorporate it a little bit better. A little salt, a little pepper. Now we're ready to assemble our empanadas. First, flour your surface. And take your rolling pin and also flour it, just in case it sticks. So keep flipping and rotating, making sure the surface is floured, and roll it out as thin as you can get, about 1/8 of an inch. A little thicker than a tortilla. Empanadas are easy, fast. You can fill it with anything, make them savory or sweet, warming. Empanadas are like soul food to me. You can make a variety of sizes of empanadas. I typically like a big one empanada because I like to stuff it real well. This is about a 5-inch bowl. Place it as close as you can to the edge of the dough, and then use your paring knife, gently trace the bowl. Let's do the other one here. Peel away the excess dough, but don't discard it. We'll reuse it in a minute. Spoon in enough just to fill the inside. If you overstuff it, it becomes quite difficult to maneuver. We're gonna use an egg wash, which is a whole egg beaten with a fork. This acts as a sealant for the inside of the empanada, and also as the wash to give it a nice gloss and helps it brown a little bit. Gently press down to seal. Use your crimping tool to press down to make an indentation and to continue to seal the empanada. Then take a fork, poke it a couple times to release any of the air. Brush the top of the empanada with an egg wash. Now that we have our empanadas assembled, let's put them in the fridge for 30 minutes before baking. So bake the empanadas at a 400-degree oven, 12 to 15 minutes. Or it's a golden brown. When serving a large group, or if I'm serving this as an appetizer, I'll cut some in half and leave some whole. So you can garnish with parsley or microgreens, and you're ready. Warm, cold, they're delicious.